Hello and good morning to all of my beautiful, wonderful, loving earth signs. How are you this lovely Tuesday? I hope that you are doing well. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I got this new deck, the Zombie Tarot deck. I'm super duper excited about it, and I was flipping through the wherever it is. I was flipping through the instruction booklet, and they have this really cool spread called the eyeball, called the eyeball, and it's really just giving you a look into next month. And I thought it'd be really cool if we just did that instead of doing an energy check-in. I don't know, it just called to me and I just wanted to be able to do that. So we're gonna get a look. These are gonna be November predictions, and I really hope that this helps you get a little glimpse into what your next month ahead is gonna be. I know this is like a little bit early because we still have like 2 weeks left of October, but I really wanted to use this deck because Halloween is coming up and it's a zombie deck. So yeah, we're gonna get those, we're gonna clarify. We have oracle cards. I have an oracle deck as well, so I'm excited to use that. Your timestamps are going to be down below. Don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and rising, and I can't wait to see you in your video, my beautiful earth signs. Bye! Hello and good morning to all of my beautiful Capricorns. We're going to get right into it, okay? So this is what the back of the deck looks like, the Zombie Tarot deck. I'm actually really excited to use this. This is the first time using it other than reading for myself, So I'm super excited. The first card that we're gonna get is really just an overview of the last month. So that'd be an overview of this current month, would be October. So an overview. Let's get a card that best represents Capricorn's October. One card that represents all of October. Or maybe does it mean, well, it says the previous month, so does it mean the month before? I feel like October would be. So an overview of October for Capricorn. What is a card that best represents October for Capricorns? So we have the World coming out in reverse. So I feel like, if anything, that's just really, this month has been about getting you to, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's been about, this month has been really about getting you to realize what it is that you need to do to step up so that you can feel fulfilled and you can feel complete and feel like you've achieved everything, so that you can come to the end of the chapter. So really, I feel like all of October was really showing you, maybe you're in this energy right now, maybe you have been experiencing this energy since October started. Mercury is about to go direct, I think, when I'm recording this video. So when you're watching it, it'll have already gone direct. And so this month has been really just about revealing what it is that you need to do and what you need to take charge of. And maybe you already know what I'm talking about, maybe not, but I don't know. The second card is going to be in overview. Oh yeah, see, I did that wrong. Second one is supposed to be an overview of the current month. So that one is number 2. We'll just get an overview of last month. What was last month? September? Okay, so we'll get a card that represents Capricorn's September. So when you see the spread, when I show you the spread later, the World is gonna be number 2. I really hope that you remember that. So what came out was the 8 of Swords. I'm going to take the other ones. I'm only going to take one. So last month, a lot was happening, basically, is what I'm picking up on. A lot was going on for you last month, Capricorn. I think that totally adds up. You were putting a lot of work in and a lot of time and effort, and things were changing, and really pushing you to the point where you could really come to this realization here in October that you needed to come to, so that you could push forward and move past all of that. The third card is, I'm like totally reading it from over here if you couldn't tell. I'm just trying not to hold it. Okay, all right. This is gonna be, once I've like done it a couple times, like, you guys are the first one. I always do Capricorn first, obviously, because earth signs I do first. So by the time I get to fire signs, I'm like rapidly spitting this out. So usually your guys' video is the longest. I do apologize for that, but that's just me like getting my bearings. Whatever, done with this tangent. We're gonna go on. The third card that we're gonna get is representing the first week of November. What does Capricorn's first week of November look like, Spirit? What is Capricorn's first week of November looking like? We have Seven of Hazards, and hazards are pentacles. So you're really looking at everything that you're building, and you're seeing which I feel like with the first week of November that the Seven of Hazards is saying is that you're seeing what it is that you're, sorry. Let me get my handy dandy smoky quartz if I can get it out. Sorry. Okay, so you're just getting to this point where you can finally see the hard work that you're putting into. Like, you're seeing it as it's happening, and you're being prepared and seeing the success that is, you know, that you are creating with this hard work and this dedication, this time that you're putting into this. The fourth card that we're going to get is going to represent the second week of November. What is a card that best represents Capricorn's second week of November? I should have pulled all of the cards first, to be completely honest, but I'm a mess. Okay, we do have the Death card coming out. I guess I'm going to do that. I'll pull the rest of the cards. Fifth card's going to represent the third week of November. What's a card that best represents Capricorn's third week of November? 2021. Capricorn's third week. What is a card that best represents third week? We have the Three of Cups coming out. I'm sorry. Yes, no, the Three of Cups. I don't know why I apologize. I'm sorry. And then the fourth week of November. What's a card that best represents the fourth week of November for Capricorn? Ooh! This one. Okay. So we do have... Okay, so we have the Five of Wands coming out. And then the last card that we're going to get is going to represent the possibilities for December. There's one card that best represents possibilities for Capricorn's December. Spirit. It's a card that best represents possibilities. We have the Ten of Wands coming out. Okay. All right, I'm so sorry. Okay, so basically what I feel like bottom deck energy is the King of Hazards. I like that. So I do love these cards already. I'm sorry, the imagery is very beautiful, and I hope that actually give you a chance to look at them. I don't remember if I did. Apologize. Anyways, so basically first week of November. I keep forgetting what month it is. The first week of November, you got the Seven of Hazards. So like I said, you're really looking at what it is that you're building. You're taking time to really plant the seeds and sow the seeds and water them, and you're really really investing yourself and your time and your energy into building yourself in November. The second week of November, you have the Death card coming out. So you could be coming to this sort of realization that it's time to transform, that it is, you are like, I feel like yes, Death card is about transformation, but I also have this feeling of like this light bulb going off in your head, Capricorn, where you're coming to the realization that, yeah, this is what I need. This is what is actually going to be beneficial for me, and this is really what flips that switch and puts you really in that path of transforming. And in the second week of November, for the third week of November, you had the Three of Cups coming out. So you're really starting to come into this like energy of like celebration, and you're really starting to reap the benefits of that hard work that you put in the seven of Hazards in that second week of November. So by the third week of November, you're really starting to see the success from all of the hard work and dedication that you put into what it is that you are building. And then you have the Five of Wands coming out for your fourth week. So I feel like A lot of people are going to be jealous of what is happening, and that could cause some tension and some conflict for you. People don't want to see, miserable people don't want to see other people succeed. You know, misery loves company is what I was really trying to say, Capricorn. So you could be dealing with a lot of people who just don't want you to be doing well, mainly because they're not doing well, or maybe they are doing well and you're just doing it better than them, or not even better, but like at a quicker pace, and they don't like that. So just be careful of not where, but who you spend your time with. Just be careful of what their intentions may be. Don't let them sabotage you because they're because they're, you know, miserable, or because they're not living up to their own standards, and you're exceeding their expectations of not only what they view is possible for themselves, but definitely what they view for you. So it's kind of upsetting to me that that energy is coming through. For the 10 of Wands, which is just a card that could represent December for you, it could come with a lot of responsibility, which is totally understandable. December is a time when we are closer with family, and we you know, we're celebrating holidays, we're seeing people that normally we don't see a lot throughout the year, and so it could just put you in this position where you have to take care of things that you don't normally have to take care of. But now you're back in this environment, you're back in this energy where it's like, okay, so I have to do this for, I don't know, maybe your mom, maybe your dad, you know, just somebody. I just feel like there's someone in your family. I just feel like it's a lot. I feel like that's what it's picking up on. It's just, it can feel like a burden at times for you to have to deal with certain people like this. Let's see. We're gonna get some clarification. I don't even know if I want to clarify. I'm gonna clarify. Yeah, okay, we'll clarify. I'm so sorry. All right, so let's clarify. Do we want to just go right into the weeks? Let's see. Let's clarify what's going on with October. Let's clarify the world, because it came out in reverse. So what? Let's clarify the world. Can you clarify the world, please, spirits? Clarify what's going on in October. What is the overview card? Yeah. Let's clarify. Almost dropped like half the deck. Can we clarify the world? Let me cut the deck. I feel sometimes, did I even do that? Okay. All right. Let's clarify the world in reverse, please. Yes, the Nine of Swords and the Hermit came out. So this is really, yeah, like I was saying, definitely October is just like this time for you right now where you're like, there's a lot of introspection. There's a lot of you allowing your feelings to come to the surface. A lot of you realizing these things that you need to do in order for you to move forward. But that really does take you really taking time for yourself and really looking within yourself, spending time with the shadows, your shadow side, the shadow aspect of you that is crying out for help is what I'm really picking up on this Nine of Swords. That if you haven't spent a lot of October focusing and fixating on healing or working on yourself, there's 2 weeks left, so maybe now's the time to start to get on that. But I really do feel like you have, like I said, with the world coming out in reverse, I feel like you're coming overall by the end of October, you're going to come to this realization of what it is that you need to do so that you can come to this end of this cycle that you're in, and like start this brand new cycle of your life where like I said, the Death card is coming up. So I do feel like by the end of October, you're going to know. So then by November, you'll start to transform. You know what I mean? You'll start to transform for this new world, for this new chapter. Can we clarify first week of November, please? The Seven of Hazards. Can you please clarify the Seven of Hazards? We do have the Five of Cups and the Four of Swords. Double cards today. Five of Cups and the Four of Swords coming out. So I can see that if you're not careful in that first week of November, you can get really caught up on the things that aren't serving you. It's harder for you to look at what you have and be grateful for what it is that you have, because you're kind of stuck in this rut. Not like stuck physically, but like you're stuck in this like, okay, yes, you have an abundance of this and that, but it's like, okay, but this is what I've lost. This is what I don't have. And if you continue to fixate on that, and you don't meditate, and you don't feel it and allow it to be released, and you don't sit with yourself and allow yourself to not be, you know, mentally trapped by these things that these things that you have lost, or okay, sorry, I got really distracted in my brain, but but the things that you have lost, if you don't want that to consume you, then you have to allow yourself to rest, and then allow yourself to definitely move on. All right, let's clarify. All right, I keep doing this, I'm sorry, you guys. Let's clarify the Death card. We have the Sun coming out. Clarify the 10 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is coming out. We clarify the 3 of Cups, please, Spirit. Let's clarify 3 of Cups. Yeah, we have the 9 of Wands coming out. And then the 5 of Wands, please, Spirit. Can we clarify the 5 of Wands? The 3 of Wands is coming out. So in that second week, with the Death card coming out with transformation, the Sun was coming out. So you're going to be able to, you're going to literally come to this end. You're going to have this realization, this epiphany. You're going to transform, and you're going to come out better on the other end of it. You're going to feel just like radiant and joyful and all of this warmth, and you're going to really start to understand why you had to go through all of that stuff in the first place. And it's really going to start to fit into like this story that is your life, and you're going to be like, okay, all right, this happened, now I can move forward. Yeah, with that 3 of Cups coming out, the 9 of Wands is coming out too. So I feel like with the 9 of Swords coming out, you are starting to really celebrate more, but I feel like there's this voice in the back of your head that's like, okay, but like, make sure that you prepare for this, and make sure that you're ready for this, and make sure this and that. But like, don't allow yourself to get caught up in that stuff. Allow yourself to celebrate by the time the 3rd week of November rolls around. Allow yourself to really be joyous and happy for what it is that you've accomplished. Don't let your pride, really, or your ego get in the way and tell you like, okay, you did this, but you haven't done enough. Don't do that. Allow yourself to be grateful for what it is that you have succeeded at. I can see though, with the 4th week, we got the 5 of Wands. Remember, you got the 3 of Wands to clarify it. So with the 3 of Wands, I do feel like this is really going to put you on a path where you start to see where it is that you want to go, and you start to see the kind of people that you want to hang around and the kind of people that you don't want to hang around. So take that. That's what I always say, is like, I try not to take what people do personally anymore, and I'm starting to develop this pattern where I just apply it to their character. And I decide that if you do something bad to me, then that decides whether or not I am going to try to be your friend, or I'm going to actively put more effort into spending time with you. Because if you make me feel bad, I don't want anything to do with you. You know what I mean? 10 of Wands came out as your energy for December. You got the 2 of Wands. So I can see that you're looking at all of this as it's hard, it's a struggle, but it is definitely something that I can see you looking past, you getting past, you know what I mean? Yes, family can be tough. Like, don't get me wrong, we all know this, family can be tough. But that's still not, it's something that you've overcome before, and it's something that I believe that you'll be able to, you know, get through again this December. Your bottom deck energy is the 4 of Wands, so love could definitely be coming in for you next month in November. Let's see if there's any advice that we can leave you with for money. oracle deck. When it comes to November, is there any advice that we can leave? I feel like overall for you, November is about, because I feel like October was about pushing you to the point where you realized what you needed to change, but I feel like November is really where you start to implement that change, you know, where you really start to take the action that you need to start to make your life a lot resemble what it is that you dream it to be and whatever it is that you want it to be. So is there any advice that we can offer Capricorns? Is there any advice that we can offer Capricorns for the month of November? Please, Spirit. Any advice that we can offer Capricorns for the month of November? Is there any advice we can offer Capricorns? So we have ask with sincerity. I got very upset with myself right then and there. But ask with sincerity is coming out. So really, if there's something, I feel like what that's stating for is what that's stating is if you want to ask for something, go for it. Just do it. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and what it is that you want, and just ask for it. Ask the universe. Ask, like, if you want to be with someone, ask that person. If you want a promotion, like, ask your, like, tell your boss. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, people will never know what you want until you speak up for it. You have to learn to speak up for yourself, Capricorn, because people don't know and people never will know. Only you will. So you have to be able to verbalize those feelings and those emotions. We have imagined solutions coming out. So I definitely, with imagined solutions, I think that you're becoming more creative when it comes to you're more creative and you're having more ideas, and I feel like it's allowing you to, like, think outside of the box. You know, you're not thinking like you're not putting yourself in this tiny little mold of, like, this is how I have to think and this is what I have to do. You're kind of just going outside of that, and you're venturing to these new places that you've never been before, and I think that that's perfect for you. We have reached for the stars, so totally go for it. I think a lot of what this is saying right now is if there's something that you want, then you have to go for it, Capricorn. You can't sit around and wait for it to be handed to you on a silver platter. That's never gonna happen. You are a Capricorn. You have the work ethic, so you utilize that. We have build on solid ground. So where you've already started to build a foundation is where it's you can build on that. Because you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, and I feel like that you have a good foundation that you can build off of that. Know where it is that you stand too, is really what's coming through right now for you, Capricorn. Yeah, be true to yourself is coming out as well. Know what it is that you want, so that you can take action towards that, and so that you aren't kind of sitting there being very, like, just kind of mulling over it and ruminating and trying to decide but not really deciding. Know what it is that you want and then go for that. Forgive and forget is also coming out. So there those things that were coming up because you had the Five of Wands come out. So you twice it. No. Five of Cups came out. Sorry, not the Five of Wands. And it didn't come out twice, it came out once. You had the Five of Cups coming out. So you fixated on those things that you've lost, or you feel may have been taken from you. But with forgive and forget coming out, just know that what's meant for you is meant for you, and what's not meant for you is gonna be taken away. So just like I said that weird, basically, that if it was taken from you, or if it left, or if it's gone, or you lost it, it was never meant for you in the first place. It was meant for you at that time, for what you needed to learn and what you needed to take from that. And now that you have what you've taken and you've learned the lesson that you need to learn, it's no longer serves you, and so of course it's gonna go. That's all that I really have for for you for today, Capricorn, for the month of November. I really hope that this gave you a little sneak peek into what it's going to be for you. And I really hope that, you know, you get through the rest of October. I'm sending a lot of strength your way. Don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and rising. And I can't wait to see you again in another video. Bye. Hello to all of my beautiful Taurus. How are you today? I hope you are good. We're gonna get right into this. Here is the beautiful zombie tarot deck. I hope you're all really excited for Halloween. I'm gonna get all of the cards out. First card is going to represent the previous month, which was September. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. Then the second card is going to represent the current month, which is October. Then the third card is going to represent the first week. The fourth card is going to represent the second week of November, sorry. The fifth card is going to represent the third week. The sixth card is going to represent the fourth week of November again. And then the seventh card is going to be any possibilities for the next month. So I viewed that as December, but I think now, I viewed that as December when I did Capricorn, but now that I think about it, I'm just going to view it as November. I don't know, maybe that's wrong. Is that wrong? So we're just going to get these cards out, okay? For Taurus, a card that best represents September for Taurus. What is a card that best represents the month of September for Taurus? All right, oh, the Ace of Hazards is coming out. It is a card that best represents the current month, which is October. What is a card that best represents the current month for Taurus? What is a card that best represents the current month for Taurus? It's a card that best represents current month for Taurus. We have the Nine of Wands coming out. The Nine of Wands. Look at these zombies. I'm actually, like, I didn't, actually, like, talk about the, or sorry, like, really analyze the, imagery, but, like, I took the time to do it, when I first opened the deck. Card that best represents, I'm sorry, what was the third one? First week, I'm pretty sure, let me check. Yes, is the Page of Wands. So this is your first week of November. A card that best represents the second week of November for Taurus. What's a card that best represents the second week of November for Taurus? Card that best represents the second week of November for Taurus. We have the Six of Cups coming out. Okay. Interessante. What is a card that best represents the third week of November for Taurus? What is a card that best represents the third week? You have the Four of Swords coming out. This imagery is beautiful, actually. Oh my gosh. Sorry. And then a card that best represents the fourth week of November for Taurus. What's a card that best represents? We have the Five of Cups. Sorry, the Five of Hazards. I kept doing that. Five of Wands, I mixed that up, but the Five of Hazards. And hazards in this deck are pentacles. And then what is a card that best represents possibilities next month, for the next month? For the next month. What is a card that best represents possibilities for December? We'll do December because that's what I did in the last video and I feel wrong to change it. We have the Seven of Swords coming out. All right. Bottom deck energy is the Nine of Cups. So basically, I feel like with the Ace of Hazards coming out, September for you, Taurus, you probably started a lot of stuff. I feel like with the Ace of, because it's the Ace of Pentacles, with the Ace of Pentacles coming out, you probably started you could have started a new job, or you could have started a new project. Maybe you started a YouTube channel, or started writing music, or doing art. Something I feel like you were really passionate about, and it really took off for you. it really took off for you in a way that started to make you feel like, I don't know, because with the Nine of Wands coming out in October, I feel like it started to make you feel like you had to sort of put a guard up. Maybe you started to do so well that it started to make other people feel very angry, very jealous, jelly belly. So they are not too happy about that. I don't know, because with the Nine of Wands, it feels like in October, you're really putting up this wall. Maybe not a wall, but just like, it's kind of like a fence. You're like, it's not a whole wall. I can see over it. I can see through it. It is just a fence. I don't want people to come over here that are going to be messing up my stuff, because I put a lot of time and an effort into this stuff and making this stuff happen, and I really don't want anybody to mess it up. But you just have to be really skeptical about who you keep on the outskirts, because you gotta, I mean, like, if you're not letting anybody in, that's really isolating yourself, and that's not too good for you. And I just feel like maybe you've been isolating yourself this October, and now is the time for you to really sort of like branch out and allow yourself to go see people you haven't seen in a while, and hang out with your friends, and don't pretend like you don't have friends. I know people do that all the time. I know I do that all the time. Pretend that I don't have people that care about me, but you have to be grateful for those people. You have to remember those people, because they do exist, and it's kind of hurtful. Like, isn't it hurtful when your best friend acts like they don't have a best friend, but you're the best friend, and you're like, hey, what about me, my chopped liver? I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm just saying, don't isolate yourself from people, and don't make yourself feel like you don't have anyone, because I'm sure you have somebody. And if you do have no one, then now is the time for you to really start to gather an abundance of those kinds of people. You're going to need them in your life. I mean, you need people. You really do. It's human nature. You go insane without having some sort of interaction with people. You really will. It is, look it up. Anyways, we're going to go into November. So with the Page of Wands coming out for your first week of November, I feel like you are really like fostering something. Whatever you built in September with the Ace of Hazards here coming out, whatever it is that you started, you're really kind of like fostering that. And you're kind of like building off of that. You know what I mean? You're kind of like maybe you're in school or something like that, but you're kind of like absorbing like a sponge all that you can from it, and that allowing yourself to take that and build off of that, because I know that you can. With the second week of November, you have the Six of Cups coming out, so really I feel like somebody from your past is coming back. I really do, Taurus. I feel like somebody from your childhood, somebody that maybe you were really fond of. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody that you really care about, someone that you love. I don't know. But they could be like an old friend, just someone that like sprouts good joy, not a bad person, not like, they don't have to be a bad person to have bad memories attached to them, but you know what I mean. I feel like it's a good thing, and that could be helpful for some of you. I do feel like it is a reminder, or kind of like a warning, not to get too fixated on the things that happened in the past, because that is what's really going to keep you trapped. Like, I mean, you can't keep looking back in the rear view mirror. You got to look you got to look out at the road at some point. You know what I mean? With the third week of November, you have the Four of Swords coming out. So with the Four of Swords coming out, definitely rest. This is what you're going to need. Feel like you're putting so much time and hard work and effort into building off of this project or this new job, that maybe if you don't take this time by this time, then you could end up pushing yourself past like your breaking point and pushing to a burnout. And you don't want to do that, Taurus. You want to be able to take that time that you need before it's too late to rest and really rejuvenate and really rebuild yourself. You need to sleep. I'm just being called to say sleep, Taurus. Go to sleep. You need to. It's just something that you need to do. You cannot, and you can't replace sleep. Like, you know how, like you ever just think, oh, well, I didn't sleep. I only got 2 hours of sleep, so I'll sleep like 10 hours tomorrow. That doesn't work. You can't do that. There's no such thing as that. You can't. You lost that sleep, and you lost that sleep. You can't make it up. you can sleep for 10 hours the next day, but that doesn't make up for the lack of sleep you got previously. You just didn't get sleep. And your body needs that time to really heal and to, it does a bunch of stuff when you're sleeping. Go to sleep. With the 4th week of November, we have the 5 of Hazards coming out. So you be careful with your money is really what I'm being called to say right now. Is like, sometimes you can view the 5 of Hazards as like a loss, but I don't feel like this is a loss. Loss of money is, but you can just view it as a loss. But I do feel like you should be cautious with your money is towards this time. You are gonna start pushing into December. And a lot of people spend a lot of money around this time. A lot of people spend a lot of money around the end of November too. Or is it like middle of November, end of November, whatever, because you've got like Black Friday and all of that. Thanksgiving is in Black Friday, and then we shoot right into Christmas, all of that, all of those holidays, or whatever you celebrate. I know there's Hanukkah and there's Kwanzaa and there's so many other different holidays. And that's where you can spend a lot of money. So I just feel like towards the end of November, you're going to want to be cautious with how you spend your money. Just make sure that all of your bills are paid first prior towards starting to dip into money to pay for more leisure things. Your overall bottom of the deck energy is the 9 of Cups. So I can see that by the end of all of this, well, I'm sorry, I totally glazed over the 7 of Swords here, which was a view at next month, which is December, right? Sorry, because we're looking at November, so the next month would be December. So you have the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 7 of Swords. I'm trying to know why I'm blanking. Oh, yeah, basically. Oh, yeah, definitely. So that totally adds up with the 5 of Hazards coming out. Totally be careful. I said totally like 3 times. Be careful. I think right now at the end of the month, towards November seeping into December, just be careful with your money and be careful with who you trust. I just feel like there are just sometimes some things, some things just, some people don't want what's best for you, Taurus, basically is what I'm trying to say. And that may be awful, but it's just true. And if some people, if they see you in a position where they can take advantage of you, will take advantage of you. So just be cautious with your money and be cautious with people. I feel like that goes hand in hand in this situation. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I can't give you the why. But somebody is going to come in towards the end of November into December and really try to mess with you and try to mess with your money. And so just be more cautious. Be more like aware of what is going on with your finances and what's going on with people who are involved in your finances, because that can be something that will really hurt you in the long run. All right, we're gonna clarify with my this is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Is that, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think that's the name of the deck. So we're just gonna clarify we're gonna clarify the weeks and then the overall of all right, so week 1, can we clarify the Page of Wands? Page of Wands. We have the 5 of Wands coming out. Can we clarify the 6 of Cups? We have the Hermit coming out. Can we clarify the 4 of Swords? We have the Magician coming out. Can we clarify the 5 of Hazards? We have the 4 of Cups coming out. And the World. And then can we clarify the 9 of Wands? The 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands. We have the 7 of Cups coming out. Okay. Your bottom deck energy is the Wheel of Fortune. Right, so I feel like with the, yeah, so for your first week with the Page of Wands coming out, I fell asleep. sorry, I just drew a whole blank for absolutely no reason in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, no, with the Page of Wands coming out, we have the Five of Wands as a clarification. So I don't know why, but I just feel like you should really just be careful. I just feel this this warning, this urge to tell you as a Taurus that when it comes to the month of November, that there are people in your life who are just not going to want what's best for you, and they're not going to want to see you succeeding and winning. I don't know why, but you need to be careful of those kinds of people. With the Page of Wands, you're really fostering something, and if you allow these people to plant this negative seed in it, they're going to just grow more weeds, and you're not going to grow any of the crops that you need, and then you're going to lose out on the things that you need, like the money and the resources and the crops, is for the analogy. With the Six of Cups, you have the Hermit coming out. So basically, I feel like this is definitely going to push you to really look within and allow yourself. This person coming in is really going to invoke this question, I think, within you about what you really want. Because I think this person is going to make you think about, like, I don't know, like, you know how you used to have like that best friend when you were a kid that you would just always go tell things to, and you're like, this is what it's gonna be like when we grow up, and this is how it's gonna be. And I feel like coming back into contact with this person in November really makes you look at what it is that you wanted when you were a kid, and really compare that to how you have your life now. And it's really going to push you to really look deep within and see, is this really what I want? Is this really how I want to live my life? Am I going to keep doing it like this, or am I going to switch things up? Little kid me wanted this. Am I actually living up to what little kid me wanted, or is that even what I want anymore? You know what I mean? I think it pushes you. This person really pushes you to just like really think on a deeper level and really analyze what it is that you want. With the Four of Swords coming out, definitely the Magician coming out. So if you take this time to really rest and allow yourself to, like I was saying, like rejuvenate and like rebuild yourself, Taurus, if you really allow that to happen, then you're going to set into this like energy where you can manifest anything. You're going to really come into your power if you allow yourself the time to come into your power. You know what I mean? With the Five of Hazards, you have the World and the Four of Cups coming out. So definitely taking that time. That's the... Oh, sorry. I was thinking that was the Four of Swords again. I'm sorry. It's the Four of Cups. But still, allowing yourself to take that time and allowing yourself to realize it and allowing yourself to be more aware, like I was trying to say, be more aware of what's going on in your surroundings and with your finances and with these people, then you will be able to achieve like completion with the World coming out. I feel like you just have to focus. There's something that you're not seeing, and that's why I feel like you need to be more focused. Definitely what it's calling you to do is to just focus on those things, because you can achieve that completion and that success. The Wheel of Fortune being your bottom deck energy, like you don't really know what's going to happen. Good things happen, bad things happen. You're just kind of riding the wheel at this point. But if you figure out what it is that you want, then you can take charge, and you can take charge of the wheel instead of the wheel kind of taking charge of you. You know what I'm trying to say, Taurus? All right. We're going to get some oracle cards in for advice, and then we're going to let you go. Okay, Taurus, what is some advice that we can offer Taurus when it comes to the month of November? For the month of November, what is some advice we can offer Taurus for the month of November? Please, Spirit, what is some advice we can offer Taurus for the month of November? We have calm your art, or sorry, claim your art. I can't read today. I don't know what that's about. Claim your art. So claim what it is that you create is basically what I'm saying, what I feel like it is saying. You have to take ownership of what it is that you make and create. Also, what you put into the world, you have to take ownership over that. Something that one of my he was a director. one of my directors had taught me was to really own your own space. You have to be, walk with intention. Set intention, but also claim that intention. Like, do what it is that you are trying to set yourself to do. Claim that and do something different is also coming out. It's time, I think, for you to think outside of the box, Taurus. It's time for you to switch things up and do it differently. Don't allow that to control you. Don't allow how you've done things in the past to be the way that you continue to do things. It's going to be beneficial for you to switch things up, I feel like. What is some other advice that we can offer Taurus? They're so new that they're kind of like sticking together. We have face your shadow. This could definitely be a time for you to look deep within. We had the Hermit coming out, remember, for the energy of your second week. So definitely you looking within and you healing some of those things that have caused you turmoil over the course of I don't know how many years of your life. But if you allow yourself to heal from some of those things, you face those things, then you can move on. We also have engage higher reason. There's a reason for why people do things. I always say that. Nobody does nothing for nothing. So if you tap into that reasoning, tap into yourself, tap into your higher self, your spirit, really align yourself, heal your chakras even. That's definitely something that's going to be beneficial for you in order for you to move forward. Definitely. Lastly, we have do all things in moderation. Okay, so don't allow yourself to get fixated on it has to be done like this, it has to be done right like this, now this way, nothing can change. You and I always have to do it like this. Like, just start slow, I feel like, is basically what it's saying. Is you have to have patience when it comes to these things. Have to have patience with yourself, especially when you're healing. You can't just like throw yourself into these things and think that everything is gonna be okay. You know, you have to hope that things are going to be okay, set the intention to make things okay, and then let the universe work with you and go that way. But you can't just throw yourself into chaos and expect everything to just be fine and dandy. We have refine your intention. So it's time for you to shift your focus and fixate on things that are better, that'll better suit your time, things that do serve you. Not let go of things that don't serve you, and really focus on the things that do, so that you can build off of those, so that you can know yourself and know your truth, and so that you can move on. Okay, that's all that I have for you today, Taurus. I really hope that you have a great day. I hope that November ends up being a beautiful, wonderful month for you. I'm sending love and light your way. I really hope that you check out your sun, moon, and rising, and I can't wait to see you again in another video. Bye! Hello, my beautiful Virgos. How are you today? We're going to get right into it. First card is going to represent the previous month, which is September. All right, let's look at a card that represents September for Virgo. We have the Seven of Wands coming out. Can we get a card that best represents the current month for Virgo, which is October? So can we get a card that best represents the current month for Virgos? Current month for Virgo, a card that best represents the current month. Very quiet today. Let's get a card that best represents the current month for Virgo. We have the Six of Hazards coming out. Let's see, yeah, okay. A card that best represents, so we're gonna get into November now. A card that best represents the first week of November for Virgos. We have the Knight of Swords coming out. A card that best represents, a card that best represents the second week of November. What is a card that best represents the second week of November for Virgo? We have the Queen of Wands coming out. Queen of Wands, a card that best represents the third week of November for Virgo. There's a card that best represents the third week of November. Third week. We had the Five of Swords come out. There's a card that best represents the fourth week of November for Virgo. We have the Ten of Swords coming out. And then a card that best represents the possibilities for next month for Virgo. What is possibilities for the next month? Which I've been viewing this as December. I don't know, I kind of got confused by the phrasing. But what is a card that best represents the possibilities for the next month? The month of December. What is a card that best represents? We have the Ten of Cups coming out. Okay. And your bottom deck energy is the Knight of Cups. Okay. So basically, well, you had Seven of Wands come out for September. So basically, I feel like for September, it was kind of like a battlefield for you. I don't know, that Jordan Sparks song is coming out in my head. Is, why does love always feel like a battlefield? So maybe you were struggling with love in September, or maybe you were just struggling with like fighting conflicts with people. I feel like with the Six of Hazards coming out for October though, I feel like you kind of got to this point where you guys have really healed from that, or maybe not healed, but maybe just come to a better understanding where you aren't, this isn't like the main focus of attention. You've gotten to this point where you can really start to give and receive on a more like even level, with the Six of Hazards coming out. Yeah, because that's the Six of Pentacles, by the way, in this deck. The Hazards are Pentacles. Sorry, did not say that. But so basically it's just about like give and take. With your first week of November, you do have the Knight of Swords. So I feel like with the Knight of Swords, I feel like you're kind of preparing. I don't know. It just feels like you're preparing for this battle, and like you're ready to go towards it head on, like you're ready to face it. I mean, yeah, look at him. He's got his guns and he's ready, he's blazing, he's on a tank, he's going, he's not playing, he doesn't care, he's going after these zombies. So I just really feel like that's just, for that first week of November, that's just kind of sets you off on this really spark of like energy and momentum, and it spits you forward towards the rest of November into December and into 2022. Your second week of November, you have the Queen of Wands coming out. I really do feel like next month is about you really coming into your power with the Queen of Wands. It's really you owning your energy and you being like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna get whatever it is that I want, and I don't really care who I have to fight in order to get it. That third week of November is the Five of Swords, so there's tension, there's conflict, there's war, but I don't feel like it's without cause. Like there's a reason for why you do things, and you would never do anything for nothing. Nobody does nothing. Nobody does anything for nothing. I literally just said that in the Taurus videos. It's like ironic to me. It's like you're starting to come to that realization, Virgo, is that you're like, I will fight for what it is that I love, or what it is that I want, or what it is that I need, and that I have to work towards. I will work hard, but I will fight if I have to. And I feel like that's an energy that you're really taking towards the third week of November, and you're running with it. I think it's an energy you have overall throughout all of November. You're running towards it. You do have the Ten of Swords coming out as the last week of November, the card for your last week of November. I think that this is a warning. You have all of this energy. You have all of this momentum that's building up. You're like, let's go, let's do it. Yeah, but I think the Ten of Swords is saying, be careful. The Knight of Swords says that too. Like if you act impulsively, there can be consequences. You have to be careful. You have to be wise about what you're doing. So I do feel like it's a warning. It's telling you to just be careful what you do, because it could hurt you. It could end up backfiring in the long run. Just be careful. It's not saying don't do it. It's not saying be afraid or be crippled with fear. It's saying be cautious. You know, there's nothing wrong with being cautious. Though with the looking into your next month, you do have the Ten of Cups. So and your bottom deck energy is the Knight of Cups. So I do feel like love is coming in by December. I don't feel like it's coming in November, but I do think by December you'll with a little, you know. I don't know. This guy's kind of rocking, and look at his bod. I'm just saying. I just think that it just be careful. Just be careful, okay? But also just continue to work towards these things that you know are going to build you, and not things that are going to hurt you in the long run. We're going to clarify. We're just going to clarify the weeks in November. Each week, week 1. So we're going to clarify the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, please can you clarify the Knight of Swords? The Knight of Swords for Virgo, please, my beautiful spirit. Can you clarify the Knight of Swords? We have the Page of Wands coming out. But it came out in the reverse, okay? It came out in the reverse, Page of Wands. I do feel like with that coming out, I'm just going to tell you now, I just feel like with the Page of Wands coming out, you're no longer afraid to, like the Page of Wands is kind of looking at it and like analyzing it and is ready to go for it, but it's kind of just waiting. I feel like with it coming out in reverse, it's like you're not waiting anymore. You're just doing it. Can we get a card that clarifies the Queen of Wands? Card that best clarifies the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, please, Spirit, a card that clarifies Queen of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming out. Two queens. You are really in this energy of like going for it and not really taking anybody's crap and not allowing yourself to, you know, it's not hurting you in a way. You just have to be cautious, because that is something the Queen of Pentacles is doing. She's kind of looking at her pentacle, she's holding it, she's nurturing it, and she's being cautious with it. You know what I mean? So yes, keep that energy, but be cautious too. Can I get a card that clarifies the Five of Swords? We have the Hanged One. So, you know, there are some sacrifices that you're going to have to make. I feel like there may be some people you need to sacrifice, some people that you have to let go of. What is a card that clarifies the Ten of Swords? The Ten of Swords, please. The card that best clarifies the Ten of Swords. We have the Six of Cups coming out. So this could be someone directly from your past or something that pulls you in and manipulates you. You just be careful. Be careful who it is that you trust and who you put your faith into. Can I get a card that clarifies the Six of Hazards, which was for this current month? What you got for this current month? What is a card that best clarifies the Six of Hazards? Can you get a card that clarifies? Oh, okay, so the Two of Swords is coming out. And then the Four of Cups, sorry, the Four of Wands tried to come out. So I'm going to take both of them. So I feel like this indecision with this person has come to an end, is what I feel like. Queen of Swords is coming out. Virgo, I feel like maybe this, what it's saying is, because you have that, so this is what's going on right now, right? Six of Hazards was from this month, from the current month, October. So I feel like something's going on right now with someone specifically, someone that you could see yourself marrying, and an indecision that you had about them with the Two of Swords coming out. I think with them both coming out, you're finally coming to this realization of what you want, and you're ready to go for it, and you're going to really commit to that, and you're not going to let anything hold you back anymore, especially with that Queen of Swords energy being your bottom deck energy. You're taking charge of your thoughts. You're taking charge of what it is that you want. You're going to go for it, and you don't care what anybody says about it. All right, Virgo. I like that for you. Okay, we're going to get some oracle cards to leave you with some advice for this month of November. Excuse me. What is some advice that we can leave Virgo for the month of November? What is some advice that we can leave with Virgo for the month of November? Got a few cards out here. We have Become a Clear Channel. So you really, it will definitely be beneficial to you if you cleanse yourself of the negativity, cleanse yourself of things you know that are holding you back. Reach for the Stars is coming out. So allow yourself to see what it is that you want and go for that. Don't allow yourself to be held back by the unknown or the uncertain things that you don't know. I definitely, with that become a clear channel, I do think that it would definitely be beneficial for you to heal your chakras. It's good to be aligned completely in your body, mind, and soul. You need that. You need to be able to be aligned for you to be able to make the correct decisions in your life and the things that are going to be beneficial for you. Ooh, you have choose friends wisely coming out. Definitely be careful, because I was saying earlier about somebody coming back and trying to manipulate you. Choose your friends wisely. You don't, okay, I'm not saying that you're going to be able to know everybody's true intentions, but you'll have to be cautious, you know, about who you let into your inner circle. Just because, I'm not saying that you have to keep everyone out, but I'm just saying that when people start showing red flags, that's when you need to start sending them out the door. We have look forward coming out. Don't look back, I think, basically is what it's saying. I think that some things can be consuming in that way, that the past is just, it keeps you holding on to things that you no longer need. Engage higher reason is coming out as well. So really tap into, you know, I think what that's saying is tap into your higher self. Like I was saying a second ago about you really wanting to align your mind, body, and your spirit. There are like hundreds of ways to do this. You can look it up. I think meditation is a really good one. I listen to meditation music and I try to meditate. Really look up like different ways of meditating, because I know that a lot of people, I learned how to, the way that I learned to meditate was completely different. Not a lot of people can just sit down in silence and completely shut their thoughts off. So just look into meditation and look deeper into it. Don't allow yourself to just be caught up with like, there's more than just guided meditation, and I just think that it can be helpful and beneficial. We're gonna get a few more cards. What's some other advice that we can offer? That was several cards. No, it was 3. Okay, do something different is coming out. So I think it's time for you to change things up. It's time for you to stop allowing your, it's time for you to change things up for Virgo, sorry. I'm sorry, this card. These cards are frustrating me. Okay, thank you. Gosh, okay. It would just get really frustrated sometimes. That's me. So I think it's time for you to switch things up, do it different. I think it's just weird to me. All of you earth signs are getting this similar message of you needing to do something different, of you needing to change things up. Think outside the box. Don't allow yourself to be trapped up in this, whatever it is that you've been doing this whole time. Allow yourself to do things differently. There's nothing wrong with that. We have be patient. It's okay for things to not feel like they're going the pace that you want them to, but they'll pick up speed. But you have to experience what you're experiencing now for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and it's happening the way it's happening for a reason. So you just have to allow that. Oh, I love this one. Accept what is dying. Accept what is changing. Allow yourself to change with it. That's what's really going to be beneficial to you, is what I feel. We have reevaluate your priorities coming out here. And that's the last card I'm going to take. Your bottom deck energy is refine your attention, which basically is the same thing, you know. Reevaluate your priorities, refine your attention. Really switch, again, is the same thing as do something different. It's asking, the advice that they're asking is for you to find a new way to do things. You can't do it the way that it's always been done, because it's not helping you. Literally, definition of insanity. Sorry. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again and expecting different results. You just can't. It's time for you to switch up. It's time for things to change. And I think that's what's going to be able to help you get through the month of November. Okay, that's all that I have for you today, my beautiful Virgos. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that this helped you. I want to invite you to check out your sun, moon, and rising, and I hope to see you again in another video. Bye!